Hello and welcome back, and today it has been exactly a year since I uploaded my first ever video, which was my manga collection of 2018. So today, for my first anniversary, I decided to do the same thing and do my anime collection of my manga collection of 2019. So I'm going to go over all my manga and tell you what I've got. I've got a lot more since my last collection video. If you've seen my hauls, you probably know what it is. Yeah, anyway, let's get started. I suppose I'm gonna have to say happy first YouTube anniversary. Yeah, Badgy's over there. It wasn't in your first video, it's upsetting. Anyway, these are my shelves. I have one bookcase here, one here, and then one on top there. I also have some art books and things up here, which I will show you afterwards. Anyway, so let's get on with the first shelf. Yep, the very first shelf. This one. First up, I have Inuyasha, which is my favourite series of all time. I have volumes 1 to 7 in the Vizbigs. I really need to get the rest of this, but I haven't got round to it yet, so yeah, Inuyasha is a classic about a girl who falls down a well in her family shrine, ends up in the feudal era, and has to rescue Inuyasha and find the shards of a jewel. Very good series. Next to that, I have another series by Rumiko Takahashi, same author as Inuyasha, which is Utsuri Yatsura, Volume 1. That one was okay, it wasn't the best. We'll see if I continue with it. Yep, you might not. We'll never know. Next up is the complete series 1 to 12 of Fruits Basket in the Yen Press Collector's Edition. My second favourite manga series of all time. Love Fruits Basket. It's very popular. Most people know what this is about, with the Soma family and the animals of the zodiac, and how Toru helps them with their curse. Very good series. I do recommend it, but it's a very good shoujo. I also have Fruits Basket, another volume 1 and 2, which is the sequel, and room for the third and final volume when that comes out at the end of the month. Yep, that comes out soon. And on top here, because my shelves are jam-packed, they have manga everywhere, I have Stupid Love Comedy, which is a shoujo about the shoujo manga industry. It's good. It helps you learn more about the industry of shoujo manga and stuff. It's based off of the author's. It's not a biography, but the author uses like her real life experiences as base part of the story. So it's kind of based off her own life, but a fictional version of it. Yep. I've Run in the Grey World 1 to 3 up here. I also have volume 4 in my TBR pile, which is over there. So I have volumes 1 to 4, so I am caught up with Run in the Grey World. It's a decent series. I'm enjoying it, and I'm definitely going to finish it, with it only being 7 volumes. The artwork is actually really nice too. Over here I have Demon Love Spell Volume 1. I haven't actually got round to any more of this yet, but it's about this exorcist who hunts demons, and this guy who is a demon, and she accidentally shrinks him down to the size of a hamster, and now they have a contract with each other, but it's only 9 volumes long, but I haven't got around to getting any more yet. I've had this year's. And under that I have Carnival Volume 1 in the omnibus, so this is the first 2 volumes. Carnival is a Josei series. It is good. I got this after watching the anime. Obviously I'm not caught up to where the anime ended yet, because I've only read this one. It's a series about 2 boys, and it's kind of, it's fantasy, and they like join this group called Circus, and they fight these monsters and stuff, and finding out about the boys' pasts and stuff. It's a good series. Down we go. If we move Victor and Yuri here, we have Rivalry Wars, which is another one of my favourite series. Great series, Rivalry Wars. It's about war and libraries. So basically, it takes place in the future. Books have been censored or banned, and the Library Protection Committee is charged with saving books, putting them in public libraries where anyone can read them. And then there's these people who are against all of this, trying to like destroy what they've created. So basically it's about getting books in their uncensored original forms out to the public to be read and stuff like that. It's a very good series. It is a shoujo, but it's not like completely shoujo-ish. Anyway, I really love this series. It's fantastic. It's 15 volumes long. This is the complete series. It is, I think, based off a novel series. There is an anime of this which I have seen. It's not as good. There's also 2 live action films too, which I have not seen. I'm going to put YouTube back now. Next we have Badgy's favourite, Dead Man Wonderland. This is fantastic. I recommend it to the world. Doesn't matter if you're crazy, just read it. Yeah, Dead Man Wonderland is kind of a very dark, brutal series. It's really messed up. As you know, if you've watched my hauls, I like this kind of series. So the Dead Man Wonderland is very good, definitely in my top 10. Check it out if you don't mind messed up horror. I don't mind at all. Yeah, very good. If I just move your yellow marker chin over a bit, we have How Kiss Volumes 1 to 11. Still haven't got round to finishing the series yet, although I have been reading it a lot of years. I also have the final volume 25 up here. I wanted to get it because it's limited edition and it came with this side story, so I had not up to this volume yet, but I wanted to get the one with the side story before it went out of print because it is limited edition. So I have that one as well. Kami-sama Kiss is a good series. It's about demons and gods and stuff, and how the main character becomes the god of the shrine, and she has to become like the owner of this familiar called Tomoe. And it's about them as they protect the shrine and get like to love each other and stuff. It's a very good series. I have the Demon Prince of Momochi House, which is kind of similar to Kami-sama Kiss. I have volumes 1 and 2. Haven't continued with this yet. I have this habit of reading the first 2 volumes of a manga and then never reading any more. Not because I don't like it or I don't want to, just because I have so many new series to read that I kind of concentrate more on them than some of the other ones. And I keep telling myself to finish series before I start new ones, but it never happens. Anyway, I also have Kiss of the Rose Princess 1 to 4, same author, which is Aya Shoto. I haven't finished this either. I think it's 9 volumes or something. It's a kind of a not the best series. There's some plot holes and the story kind of goes all over the place a bit, but I enjoy it. It's still good to me. And I also have He's My Only Vampire, which is also by the same author, but again, I only have the first volume because I read too much. I'll put you two back on this shelf. I also have Zombie Loan 1 and 2 over here. I haven't got out reading any more of this yet. I've had it years. I have Fate Zero Volume 1 on the top, the manga adaptation of the anime, or the light novel. It's Dark Horse, I think it's out of print now. School Riv 1 and 2. I really enjoy School Riv. It's about 4 girls living in their school throughout the zombie apocalypse. But this girl on the front cover, she has blocked everything bad out, and she believes she's living a normal life. She is delusional to what is actually going on. I decided to read this after watching the anime. It is quite different to the anime, especially as it gets further in, but I've only read these first 2 so far, but they were good. Yeah, well, decent I suppose. And Smoke and Parade, same author as Dead Man Wonderland, wasn't very keen on this, but I'm going to give it a couple more volumes to see if I like it any more then. You better! Same author as Dead Man Wonderland, it must be excellent. Give it to me, I will take it. Yeah, so Smoking Parade, it goes up here. I will reread this first volume and then give it another volume before I decide whether I'm going to continue that. Okay, moving down this volume shelf on the first bookcase. Yep, I'm here, by the way, on top of the whole ski. I have Gravitation 1 to 6. This is an out of print Shion and I series by Tokyo Pop. I have half of it. I need to find the rest at some point, but yeah, it's about a band. He's in a band, and the other guy is like an author. It's a classic BL if you want to give that one a go. Yep. The complete series of Blackbird 1 to 18. I've been reading this series a lot of years. Blackbird is actually the second series I've actually started reading after Vampire Night, back when I was like 14. And I'm 23 now, so that was a lot of years ago. And I only just finished reading this series, I think, last year. So it took me a while to finish it. But Blackbird's about Tengu's, this girl who's the Senkai maiden, and everyone wants to either eat her or possess her. And this one Tengu called Kyo, who knew her since she was a kid, who wants to make her his bride so his clan can prosper. Yep. Rexis 1 to 8. Again, I've been reading this years, but I haven't got around to reading any more yet because I'm not keen on the current arc. The Impure King arc is not my favourite, but I know it finishes in Volume 9, so hopefully at Volume 10 it will pick up again and I will start enjoying this more. I will try to get more of this at some point. Better. You can't just leave it like hanging like that, it will be sad. Angels of Death Volume 1. Another one where I have yet to get more. Did like this first volume though. I have not played the original game, but I do want to see the anime. And this is one of my favourite authors here, Kiyoshi Rodaya. And I have Spiral 1 and 2. Another one I need to get more of, but I've only read the first 2 volumes. And Spiral is a mystery series about these Braid children and trying to find out more about them and stuff. I don't know that much yet because I've only read the first 2. And then here's my favourite series by Kiyoshi Rodaya, which is Inspector. I have 1 to 9, that's up to date. I love Inspector, it's so good. Volumes 1 to 6 are based off of the original novel by the same author. And then volumes 7 to 9 were written alongside the second novel, so these first 6 are based off a novel, but everything after that is kind of original content because both the novel and the manga were being written simultaneously and released like together. So its source material is kind of a novel and itself. Anyway, it's a very good series about supernatural stuff and investigating the supernatural stuff, and this main girl who's super smart, and she made a deal when she was 11 to become like the go-between between demons and humans and solving their problems and stuff. And this is getting an anime, which I'm so happy about. So looking forward to watching that. So yeah, and there's this boy with her who's immortal because he ate mermaid meat when he was a child, and the two of them like dealing with what's going on in the supernatural world. And it's not very action orientated, it's more battles of the mind, and it's very good. Yep. I do very recommend it if you like mystery stuff. Up here I have Hatsune Mix, the Hatsune Miku Vocaloid short story manga. It's just a bunch of Vocaloid short stories. If you like Vocaloid, then give it a go. I have Elfen Lied Omnibus 1, contains the first 3 volumes. Volume 2 is out, haven't got it yet. I am planning to at some point. Anyway, I really like the anime, so I picked up the manga. So White with Red Hair 1 and 2. I think I'm up to date with that. I think Volume 3 is out soon though. I read it because I like the anime. Here we have Little Miss P. And this is a manga about periods. I thought it was a one-shot, but apparently it's not. Apparently it is getting more. Then I have Skullface Bookseller Honda-san, Volume 1, and Frau Faust, Volume 1, which is the same author as The Ancient Magus Bride, which is Kao Yamazaki. I do want to read more of this again, just haven't got round to getting it. And over here I have Horimiya Volume 1. Once again, a series that I need to get more of, but I've been putting it off in favour of reading other stuff. And Watakoi Volumes 1 to 3, up to date. There's Horimiya. Love Watakoi, it's a very great josei series about otakus dating each other. I would recommend it. Yeah, I wouldn't. Josei, I suppose, is not as bad as shoujo. Moving on to the second bookcase. And here is my Junji Ito collection. Oh, I love Junji Ito, he's one of my favourites. I have Tomei, or Tomei, or however you say it. Uzumaki, which is my favourite. Great series, Uzumaki. Gao, or Geo. This is about the fish. Fragments of Horror, which is short stories. Shiver, which is short stories. Frankenstein, which is one long story and then some short stories. And then Smashed, which is short stories. And then Dissolving Classroom, which is a series of connected short stories. Yeah, Junji Ito is a really good horror author. He's one of my favourites, and Uzumaki, which is definitely his best work, is very good. Check it out if you like horror. I have some more horror here. This is kind of a horror shelf, apart from the two at the end, which don't fit in with the horror theme at all. Yep. Ibitsu, which is a horror one, well, two shot, because this is an omnibus, about this ghost girl and her haunting of these two siblings and stuff. Doubt, which is a psychological horror about these kids who are trapped inside of this room, like this series of rooms with a murderer, and they have to try and like figure out which one of them is the wolf among the rabbits, and so they can kill off that wolf and then survive it. It's a very good series if you like psychological horror. I'm yet to read JoJo's Secret, which are the sequels, but Doubt is very good. Tokyo Ghoul 1 to 14 complete, and Tokyo Ghoul Re 1 to 4 not up to date because I'm not enjoying Re as much as I did the original. Love the original Tokyo Ghoul. It got a bit meh towards like volume 13, 14, like there was the big battle and I just didn't care. But other than that, I very enjoyed this original Tokyo Ghoul. Re is not as good, mainly because I don't like it when the series concentrated on the ghoul investigators rather than the ghouls, and that's what Re mostly concentrates on up until I think later on. So I am going to continue with it to it gets to the point where it goes back to like the ghoul side, and then if it's still not as good, I may drop it, but I know how it ends anyway. So yeah, now right at the end of all these horror series, I have 1 Week Friends on a Polar Bear in Love, like two very sweet, innocent series. 1 Week Friends, about a girl who, at the end of every week, she loses all her memories of every relationship she has made, so she forgets all her friends at the end of the week, and then she meets this boy who is willing to be her friend, despite the fact she keeps forgetting him at the end of the week. Kind of similar to F, A Tale of Memories, but not as good. And A Polar Bear in Love is a story about a polar bear who falls in love with a baby seal. Yeah, cutesy things. Up here I have DNA Angel 1 to 3. This series is incomplete. It went on hiatus. Tokyo Pop dropped it. It's back off hiatus. It's been written again in Japan, but I highly doubt we'll get the rest of the series over here. But it's DNA Angel 1 to 3. It's an old shoujo, quite often mistaken for a shonen. Here I have a one-shot, Caterpillar Girl and Bad Texter Boy. This was a very good one-shot. Bought this thinking it was a comedy. It is not a comedy. It's quite, like, depressing, which is fine with me. I quite like depressing series. Anyway, Caterpillar Girl and Bad Texter Boy. It's about a girl. This boy rejects her, telling her she is too perfect because he doesn't think he is good enough for her. He rejects her, saying she is too perfect, so she tries to make herself less perfect. by turning herself into a giant caterpillar, and this manga is about the consequences of her choice and what is now going on, and the boy feel like regretting what he did because it's his fault that she did this and stuff. It's a good one shot that I recommend you checking out. Persona Q, Battle of the Eleventh, Persona 4 Side, Volume 1, and Persona 4 Volume 1. I like the game. Still haven't got the rest of this series. Happiness Volume 1, got this recently, very enjoyed it. Do want more, but I haven't got around to it yet. And then Alice in the Country of Hearts Volume 1 Omnibus, which is like an Alice in Wonderland Otome game adaptation manga. It's okay. Yep. Moving down to the next shelf. Stop singing. Maiden Abyss 1 to 6, up to date. Not up to date, Volume 7's just come out recently. I'll get it at some point. Very good manga. Based off the anime, which I loved. Maiden Abyss is excellent. It's about these kids. One's a robot, and they go venturing down into this abyss to try and find the secrets of it. It's very good. Memories of Eminon Volume 1, which is a one-shot, but it's also a series because it's a series of one-shots. But yeah, this first volume is good. Volume 2 is now out. Haven't got it yet, but will be picking it up because this was very good. Yep, I don't think so. Imperfect Girl 1 to 3. This is complete. It's a series written by the same person who did the Bakemonogatari series. It's based off that novel. The author of the Bakemonogatari series is supposedly this is based off a real life experience he had. If it was a real life experience, it's kind of messed up. It's about this girl. There's a budding author, and he's not named, and he witnesses a girl acting weird. Her friend gets hit by a car and dies, but before she rushes to her friend's side to be with her as she's dying, she first switches off the game she's been playing, saves it, puts it away in her backpack, and then goes to her friend, and the boy finds this weird. And then later, the girl, having noticed that he saw this, comes along and kidnaps him and locks him in her cupboard. And it's about that. He's in the cupboard of this, like, 6-year-old girl who has kidnapped him, and her parents don't seem to be around, and he's wondering what the hell's going on with this child. It's a good series. I would recommend this series. It's only 3 volumes. Yeah, I've read it. It was good. Next we have Rinne 1 to 6, more Rumiko Takahashi. Haven't caught up with the series yet, been reading it for years. Around the Half 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Again, Rumiko Takahashi, still yet to catch up with this. Pandora Hearts 1 to 4. I'm going to get the box set rather than the singles. But I have these first 4 volumes, I've had them years. Pandora Hearts is good, and I do like it enough to get the box set. And then there's my favourite series by this author, John Mochizuki, which is the case study of Vanitas. I absolutely love this series. I wasn't sure after the first 2 volumes whether I was going to enjoy it all that much, but then I read volume 3 onward, and I love it. And volume 6 is out soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's about vampires. There was this guy called Vanitas in the past who created these evil vampires which went crazy and stuff, and then there's this guy, the main character is Noe, who is a vampire, and Vanitas, who is the pupil of the original Vanitas, and Vanitas wants to take revenge on his old master by curing all the crazy vampires and returning them all to normal, and it's about the 2 of them going around doing that, and this is a very good series. Next to another very good series, which is Kaguya-sama Love is War, which is a shonen romantic comedy about 2 people who don't want to confess to each other, who want the other one to confess first, and the mind games they play on each other to try and achieve that. I got volumes 1 to 7, I think there's 10 out so far. I'm not up to date. Great series though. And then there's Mixed Vegetables 1 to 8, complete series. This was a decent JoJo, I enjoyed it. Wasn't my favourite though. It's about cooking. A girl wants to become a sushi chef and a boy wants to become a pastry chef. She is the daughter of a pastry chef. He is the son of a sushi chef. So they kind of manipulate each other into a relationship so they can like take over each other's families, businesses and stuff. And yeah, it's a good series about cooking. I didn't like shoujo. Up here is Dead Mount Death Bay 1 and 2. Volume 2 was definitely better than Volume 1. I hope it continues to improve. Good horror series though. About a demon lord resurrected into the modern world and trying to live a peaceful life, but not really accomplishing that. I like this. Dead Mount Death Bay. Wish Omnibus by Cramp. It is the entire thing about a angel who gets stuck in a tree and this guy who rescues it. And the angel then wants to grant him a wish, but can't because he doesn't have one. Yeah, basically. Grand Green Owl Orchestra, Volume 1 by Kaori Yuki. I've only read this first one, I've had it a while, read it recently. It was good. She's known for like her gothic horror shoujo stuff. And I enjoyed this, and if I can find the rest, because I think this is out of print, I will read it. And then Kobuto Volume 1 and 2 by Cramp. Love the anime of this, so that's why I have the manga. Still need to find the rest though. I think the book depository has it. I think there's 8 volumes. I wouldn't know. And down we go to this bottom shelf. Yeah, down we go. Cells at Work 1 to 5. This is a good series about the human body cells being humanized and how they work and go about doing their job. Good series. I think the next volume comes out next year because it has been a while. I also have in my TBR pile over here Cells at Work Code Black, which is the spin-off about working cells working in the body of an unhealthy person. Here we have Fushigi Yugi, Fizbigs 1 to 6, complete by Yu Watase. Good old fantasy shoujo. It's about a girl who gets transported into a book and is then in ancient China, and she has to find these 7 warriors of Suzaku in order to summon the god and like get wishes so she can go home. Yep, there's also Volume 1 in the single volumes, which I've had a while, but I decided to get them in Visbig because they're still in print and easier to find. My least favourite piece of shit in the universe! Get out of my sight! I'll have Ride Volumes 1 to 6 up to date for now, which Badgy secretly loves, but she won't tell anyone. Do not! Yeah, it's a shoujo series. It's like a high school shoujo. It's bloody horrible. It's not as good as it was at the start, but it's still okay. Kakurio, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits 1 to 5, up to date. It's based off the anime, which is based off a light novel. And it's good. It's about a bed and breakfast for spirits. And a girl who's forced to help out there and make a restaurant because she doesn't want to get married. And if I just move over my TV, this is in a tray. So Cute It Hurts 1 to 5. It's a series about twins who switch with each other and go to each other's schools to take tests for each other. She is at a regular school and he is at an all-boys school, and they switch with each other. But that's only like the first 2 volumes, it's different after that. I Hear the Sunspot Volumes 1, Theory of Happiness, and Rimit 1, and also Rimit 2 over here, which is up to date. This is a Shonen Ai series about a deaf boy and a hearing boy getting to like each other, and it's a very good series. I really love this series. I haven't read this one yet though. I love I Hear the Sunspot. It's my favourite BL of all time. Merman in My Tub 1 and 2, which is it's a 4-panel manga series about a boy who finds a merman and puts him in his bath, and then he refuses to leave. It's kind of Shonen Ai, and then it's also kind of ridiculous. Beasts of Abigail 1 to 4, complete. This is a good shoujo series about wolf people who live on an island and are trying to escape the humans that are controlling them. It could have done with being longer, but it was good as it is still, so I do recommend if you want a short shoujo. Beast of Abigail. The shoujo. And here we have a Yuri on Ice Sojin. Content committee. About Yuri and Victor at a certain point in the anime where things happen a bit differently. Yes. Dimension W 1 to 3. It's a sci-fi series about alternative dimensions and robots and finding the truth about this robot's creator. This robot here. It's a decent series, I'm enjoying it. I have not read any more yet. It's also quite complicated. Yep, don't lecture me, reader. Here we have Ni Ni Ni, which is a one-shot about a girl who's made to marry someone who's like 30 years older than her or something. It's good. Obviously it's just a one-shot, so there's just this one volume. Oh yeah, either Combat Butler 1 and 2. I haven't got around to getting more yet, but this was a comedy series and also quite a parody thing. And then Black Rosales 1 and 2. It's a shoujo about vampires. It was dropped after 6 volumes. Yep, drop-de-doodle. Juju 1 and 2, which is a series about a girl who has 2 wolves that turn into humans. And it's 5 volumes long, I think. I've only read these first 2. I've had it a lot of years, though. It's about this girl and these 2 people with very weird faces who are actually wolves. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this guy's face. It's just very weird. And she suddenly has very giant tits on this one when she didn't on that one, and I don't get it. Because she doesn't in the actual book. Yep. Expanding titties. How to Treat Magical Beasts, which is a first volume of a series that I still haven't got more of. Again, it's about a girl who's becoming a vet for magical creatures. Spirit Circle Volume 1, again, haven't got any more of it. Good series by the author of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, about multiple lives and reincarnation over multiple generations and stuff. Danganronpa the Animation Volume 1, 4 volume long series based off the game and the anime. Haven't got any more yet, but I'm reading this because I want to start the second one. Yep. Up we go. Right up there. Oh my god, so you stay there. Why? Okay, here we have my favourite author of all time. We have Kyosuke Motami, and we have Beastmaster 1 and 2 there, which is her 2. Is that in the wrong order? That's in the bloody wrong order. I want to fix that. Anyway, it's a 2 volume series about a boy who acts very animalistic and this girl who kind of falls in love with him. Very short. In my opinion, the best part was actually one of the side stories about a cactus. A boy who turns into a cactus. Then I have one of my favourite series of all time, Dengeki Daisy 1 to 16. Love this series. I bloody don't. The phone, it haunts me. 1 to 16, which is a series about a girl, Teru, who loses her brother, and as he's dying, gives her the cell phone and says, if you're ever sad or need anything, ring Daisy and he will help you. And so she breaks a window at school and ends up having to pay back the janitor, who has a secret. Yep, it's obvious what it is. And we have our other series, our ongoing series, which is 2 Cute People, which is like kind of like the prologue to it, which is 3 volumes long. And Queen's Quality 1 to 7, up to date, another brilliant series by her about my arm's aching holding the camera up. And about sweeping and cleaning out the bugs in people's minds. You get cleaning tips in this as well. It's kind of strange. Yeah, it's a good series. Devil's Line 1 to 6, not up to date. I think the series has ended now at 14 volumes. I'm really enjoying it. I just recently watched the anime and now I want to read more. It's about devils or vampires, as they actually are, and like this organisation who wants rid of them and stuff. Girl from the Other Side 1 to 7, up to date, like mysterious series about the everyday life of a girl and a monster living on the outside of human society. Then we have Orange, Omnibus 1 and 2. Orange is a well-known sci-fi series about a girl who sends letters to her past self in order to save the life of the boy she likes, even though it might mean her child never exists. And I also have Orange Future up here, which is about Suo, so I enjoyed it because he's better than Kakeru. Then we have Maidhammer 1, 2 and 3 and 4. I haven't got around to getting more yet, but Maidhammer is a well-known shoujo. Komi Can't Communicate 1, again, volume 2's out. I haven't got it yet. Honeybird, which is a 2-volume series about vampires. I haven't got the prequel. Kiss Him Not Me, which is about a Fujoshi girl who everyone loves after she loses weight and she just wants the boys with each other. Blood Red Omnibus 1, which is about an attack of vampire and a ghost girl. Dazzle 1 and 2, which is an old shoujo series. It's a fantasy about this girl who gets kicked out of her house on her 14th birthday and told to go experience the world. Moving down to a shelf where it's easier to hold the camera. I have Chilled at the Whales 1 to 12, 1 to 11. I haven't got 12 yet. It is out. Great shoujo series. Great series in general. It's shoujo, but you can't really tell. So I don't like it. It's about children who live on these floating islands in the middle of the sand sea, and what the hell's going on and what happened and why are they there, and they find this girl and she starts to explain things and it just gets more mysterious, and the top of this one I think is cut off. Doesn't matter. Very good series that I do recommend. Shibuya Goldfish 1 to 3, a horror series about giant goldfish invading Shibuya. Not up to date. Silent Voice 1 to 7, complete, well-known series about a deaf girl that gets bullied and then the bully trying to redeem himself by befriending her when they're older. Great series. More Kyoshiro Daira, which is Fallen Vampire 1 to 9. Used to be my favourite until I read Inspector, but still a very good series about vampires and what went on in this vampire's past and what he is doing to, like, in the future and stuff, and things that happen, and a weird plot twist. Yup. Volumes 1 to 13 of Dawn at the Arcana. This is complete. My sister's currently reading this and she is up to volume 11, and that's why that's there. Great fantasy shoujo about a red-haired girl who is married off to the prince of the neighbouring country, but they don't treat her like royalty because royalty is meant to have black hair and she has red hair, and also she has this arcana where she can see into the past or the future. Really good series. I would recommend it if you like Yona of the Dawn. Yep. A one-shot here, The God's Lie by Kaori Ozaki, which is about a boy who runs away from his football camp because he thinks he's pants, and ends up living with this girl and her younger brother who are living on their own for a while and finding out why that is. Here I have LDK Living Dining Kitchen, volumes 1 to 3. It's a shoujo high school series. It's kind of a more smutty one. Yep. The Magic Torch, which I got because I like her other works, and it was a bit pants. Then I have The Water Dragon's Bride, same author as Dawn at the Arcana, Ray Toma. I've only read these first two. It's not as good as Dawn at the Arcana, but definitely like it. And definitely be finishing it. I think it's ended 12 or 11 volumes, something like that. Moving down. Raised, Omnibus 1 and 2. You need to finish this. Love the anime. Haven't got round to reading the rest of the manga yet. For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams 1 and 2, same author as Erased. Good mystery series. Volume 3 I think is out soon. Wake Up Sleeping Beauty, which is a shoujo series about a girl who gets possessed by ghosts and this boy who's likes her. It's a good series, only 6 volumes. I do need the rest. To Eternity 1 to 9 and 10, down there in that pile, I also found The Grey World and Requiem of the Rose King, Volume 1 in that pile. Yeah, it's a good series by the author of A Silent Voice about a boy who's once was a stone, is now a human. He's learning what it means to be human. He's trying to protect the world from these monstery things. Good series. It is emotional as well. Monthly Goes Nozaki-kun, brilliant 4-panel manga series by Azumi Tsubaki. Love this series. It's fantastic. So funny. I recommend it if you like comedy. Bloody Monday 1 to 3 and then Volume 4 in Japanese, because this volume is impossible to find in English. I haven't read it, obviously. I do have the online version that I can read though. Bloody Monday is a great suspense series about a hacker trying to stop this terrorist plot. I've read this firstly. This is impossible to find in English in small volume, so I have it in Japanese by accident because I ordered it thinking it was in English when it wasn't. Anyway, I will read this online and then just get the rest. My yaoi collection here. Well, I suppose we'll go over the rest that's up here first. Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts 1 and 2. A shoujo fantasy about a girl who becomes the bride of a beast king and the court that opposes this and are trying to test her if she's worthy. It's a good series. Again, I've only read 2 volumes. Also, I'm a Teacher, another good comedy. Same author as Monthly Goes Nozaki-kun. I've got 1 and 2. And then to the Abandoned Sacred Beasts Volume 1, which is... it's a decent series. It's about giant beasts and hunting them down, and her father was a beast. And it's got an anime now, I haven't seen it yet. Now we can go on to the yaoi. We have Love Stage 1 to 7 complete. 10 Count 1 to 6 complete. Don't really need to explain the plot of yaoi, it's all sex. Not all sex. Well, this one's about acting. This one's about a guy with OCD and a therapist. Total Eclipse of the Eternal Heart, which is a horror, messed up series that I really liked. It's only a one-shot. Candy Color Paradox. Candy Color Paradox 1 2, which is about a reporter and a photographer. Escape Journey, very good series about 2 college students and them coming out and stuff. Coyote Volume 1, it's about werewolves. Crimson Spell is a fantasy series. I got Volume 1. A Strange and Mystifying Story is a supernatural series. I'm not continuing this one. Jackass is a one-shot about a guy who likes pantyhose and his best friend wearing them. World's Greatest First Love 1 and 2, same author as Ginger Romantica. It's about manga publishers. And then Don't Be Cruel 1 and 2, which is also dropped, which is just a high school yaoi story with, obviously, sex. Yep. Final bookcase. Final count bookcase. It's the final bookcase. Da, 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 da. Stop it. No. Here we have Noragami 1 to 20 up to date. I love my Noragami. It's about Yato, who's a useless god, and him taking missions for not a pound, 5 yen, which is like the equivalent of like a pound, I think. Anyway, love Noragami. He does grow as a god and as a person, and is doing other stuff and getting more serious in the later volumes. My third favourite series ever. Surf at the End, 1 to 17, up to date, and the light novels. Born Ichinose World. Catastrophe at 16, 1 to 4, complete. Love Surf at the End, with everything about it. It's about vampires, fighting vampires. Everything's gone weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's great. It's fantastic. You should read it. Stop gushing over the serifs. So yeah, great series. And then Voice Over Seiyu Academy Volume 1, which is a series about a school for voice actors by Maki Minami, who wrote essay, Special A, which I have 1 and 2 of here. She also wrote Commemorative Confessory. I have 1 to 3. 5-volume series about a sweet shop. Beyond the Fairy, 1 to 4, which is based off of the light novel, but not as good. I want the light novel translated so bad. Anyway, I haven't seen the anime, but this is about an owl, the girl who can speak to fairies. This is complete, by the way. Yep. Takane and Hana, 1 and 2. Love this series. It's another shoujo. It's a comedy shoujo about this girl who goes to marriage interview with this guy, but she doesn't like him at all. And not up to date. I've only read the first 2. And then up here it has... Get this out. Phantom Thief Janae, Volume 1. It's kind of similar to Dear Angel. I've only read this first volume though. I think it has an anime. Moving down again. Yona of the Dawn, 1 to 19, up to date. Love Yona of the Dawn. Fantasy shoujo about a princess rebelling and trying to get her kingdom back along with these dragon warriors. Great series. I do recommend it to everyone, even if you don't like shoujo, because this should be read. This is brilliant. Yup. I do agree. What am I saying? I hate it! A Haro X Machine Gun 1 to 15. A sports shonen. My only sports series that I own, because I don't like sports series. About airsoft. Volume 1 to 15 is up to date. 16 I think it's not out to next year. But fantastic series about airsoft and a girl who has to dress as a boy in order to stay on the team because girls aren't allowed on the team. It's a fantastic series. Give it a go. So underrated. Yeah. Here behind Axel I have the Ancient Mega Spider. I don't want to pick him up because he will break. 1 to 10. Not up to date. 11 is out. I haven't got it yet. But I love the Ancient Maker's Bride. It's about a Japanese girl, Chisei, who gets bought by this British monster thing called Elias. He's a mage. He wants her to become a mage, so she's now his apprentice and also his bride-to-be. I also have this little side story thing that came with Volume 6. Shit. I just said I didn't want to break him, and now what have I gone and done? Oh, well, he could stay on the floor. Fix him later. Little side story thing. The special booklet came with Volume 6. Fantastic series. I also have, because these don't fit anywhere else, this bloody thing stuck. I can't get it out. Never mind. It's staying there. I have the Ancient Mega Spider fan book. It won't come out, I can't show you. And the 2 light novels, anthologies. The Golden Yarn and the Silver Yarn, which are several short stories by different authors. I have the Young Master's Revenge. It's a decent shoujo, but I didn't enjoy it all that much. And then the High School Debut, 1 to 3. I really enjoyed this one. Definitely getting more of it. High School shoujo. Obviously. Portus, which is a horror series, quite an old one. It got reprinted and I picked it up. It's about a computer game with a spirit inside of it, and I can't get it out. This is jam-packed up here. Masamune Kun's Revenge, which is about a boy who wants revenge against the girl who called him fat, I think. I can't remember. I haven't read it in a while. Giant Spider and Me, a post-apocalyptic tale, which is a 3-volume series about a girl and a giant spider in a post-apocalyptic world. My Next Wife is a Villainess, or Roots Read to Doom, a reincarnated inside of an otome game as the Villainess story. There's another one of these that I want to check out called The Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter, which is same concept. So yeah, I've read this recently, it was really good. Definitely getting more of this one when it comes out. You alright, Axel? Don't talk to him. He's a disgrace. Down here on the final shelf. This is where I keep my light novels. We have Hanakimi 1 to 23. Have not read this yet. Had it ages now. I will get around to it eventually. But Hanakimi is about this girl who goes to an all-boys school dressed as a boy to meet her idol and what goes on while she's there. I also have this mediocre isekai, I'm Standing on a Million Knives. I'll give it another volume to see if I want to continue with it. You might not. Stop making fart noises. Anyway, Hanakimi, I have the complete series. I got the whole thing off of eBay for cheap. I just haven't read it. You have not. And light novels. Up the top here, I have this Yokai Attack Japanese Monster Survival Guide, which isn't a light novel. It's just about yokai. And I have the Nia books. Long story short and short story long. This one is a retelling of the game. Definitely long story short. They missed so much out of this. And it could have been so much better, and it wasn't. And the writing was kind of pants. And this one is short stories. Hopefully that one's better, I haven't read it. And here we have the Isolator, Volume 1 and 2. I haven't got Volume 3 yet, but this is a light novel series from the author of Sword Art Online. About a boy who has the power to isolate himself inside of a bubble. My youth romantic comedy As Long As I Expected, Volume 1. ReZero, Volume 1. The Disappearance of Hatsume Miku, which is based off the song. Green Girl Fantasy Ash, Volumes 1 and 2. Great series. Really need to get more of this. Boogie Pop Phantom Omnibus 1 to 3. Haven't read it. Katana Gatari, which is the author of the Monogatari series. Haven't read it, but the art is nice. Let me find a picture. There we go. Your Name, the light novel. And then Blood Plus, Volumes 1 to 4. Great series, Blood Plus. This is based off the anime series. I used to own the manga, but I got rid of it because I didn't like how the manga was done. I much prefer the anime, and these novels are as close as to the anime as you can get. I think they're out of print because Volume 1 and 2 were out of print when I got them. 3 and 4 weren't, but I think the whole thing is out of print now. I have yet to see it anywhere else. But I love Blood Plus. It's a great series. And these light novels are really good too. There was a few moments from the anime that were missed out, but weren't really that important. Then Ascendance of a Bookworm. I'll Do Anything to Become a Librarian, Volume 1. I haven't read it. I haven't read that many light novels. I've read most of them, I just don't get out with it very often. And that is it for my manga collection. I will show you my art books quickly. Up here I have Miscellaneous shit. An Otaku USA magazine. This Okami Official Complete Works. This is actually in English as well. It's a very good fan book, art book, and it's brilliant. Danganronpa 1-2 Reroad fan book. Token Rambu art book. Code Realize Future Blessings fan book. Amnesia Later fan book. Call It Malice fan book. Kingdom Hearts 3.0 over 2 days strategy guide. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl strategy guide. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Pokédex guide. I liked Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. The complete book of drawing manga. Paper Pups, which is papercraft dogs. Drawing manga animals and chibis and other adorable creatures. Draw your own manga, which looks way beyond. And also this Pokemon Pocket Guide. This also has interviews with Taiko Yaguchi and Toru Fujisawa in them, who wrote this Fisherman Somebody. Fishing Mad Senpai and GTO. That's interviews with those people in it. Oh, get that back in a minute. We also have the Anime Encyclopedia 3rd Revised Edition, 2 Scotland of anime magazines from 2017 and 2019. This is a con guide. These are postcards of Yuri on Ice and Hatsume Miku. Damn it. Double damn it. And that is it for my collection. I hope you enjoyed. And I have run out of space. Damn it. On my bookcase for everything. Did you enjoy it? No, because I have too much shoujo. Anyway, just one more quick go over, and that is my 2019 anime collection. I'll be hoping to update this again in another year. Yep. And say goodbye. Good fucking bye.